Good Tuesday morning. You're listening to the Inside Drive podcast right here from the Turn Up Studios. If you're looking to get a podcast going, there is no better place than Turn Up Studios, a one-stop shop for all your podcast needs. It is the 26th of August. We are approaching the end of the month. I know it feels good out there, but don't get too excited. Yes, the humidity's down a little bit, but this is just that pre-fall tease that Mother Nature always does to us. And then all of a sudden it comes back with a vengeance in a few weeks. But enjoy it while it's out there. Do have to remind everybody of our big sponsors. We start with Golf Plus. Alan Watson over there does a fantastic job. Of course, attention golfers who want to improve their score, Golf Plus is the place to be in Bay County with all the tools and expertise to help you. Golf Plus has not only been featured in Golf Magazine, but also in Golf Digest Magazine as some of the top club fitters in the country. And they do certainly deserve it. If you've had a chance to swing by Golf Plus, you know their fitting studio will blow you away with a selection of brands and models of clubs. And then, of course, the most important part that goes in a golf club, that is the shaft. The putting green is also filled with all the brands you could want. The repair shop, second to none. Literally a tour van quality repair every time. And if you need something quick, they'll make that happen too. Golf Plus is your fitting studio and repair shop on the beach. They're located in the shops at Edgewater next to Firefly. You can give them a call at 850-249-2726 or visit them at golfplusretail.com. Don't forget, too, between now and the end of the month, which is fast approaching, I believe the 31st is next Sunday, coming up. They're still doing their end of summer specials, blowout sale. Everything is on sale. And of course, just a reminder, you can buy one hat at full retail price and get another hat for free. And of course, they've got all sorts of awesome specials going on as well. Also want to shout out Panhandle Credit Union. The quality relationships that have been with our community is what Panhandle Credit Union is all about. Whether it is sponsoring an event, donating to a cause, providing loan options, or setting people up with great banking products, Panhandle Credit Union is here to serve those who live, work, worship, or attend school here in Bay County, as well as the other surrounding counties. Together, Panhandle Credit Union builds community. Visit panhandlecu.org or swing by any location to get more information or to join the Panhandle Credit Union. Do want to bring in our guest today here on the Tuesday show, my good friend and kind of a lone extraordinaire, Max Deleiden in studio with us. Max, how you doing today?
Thank you. Doing well. Great to be here.
Awesome. Great to have you
Beautiful
on.
new studio here. And
yes.
I love the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
I've been watching so far, and it's been phenomenal.
It's carried over, from a Facebook Live show to a radio show, and now we live in the podcast world. So it's kind of evolved, over the years. Max, you brought a little something from somebody into the studio today.
Yeah, Juice and Sunsets. They make homemade juices, a variety of colors.
Ooh, look at that.
And they're all delicious.
You know that yourself personally, right?
Yeah, right. You would not want me to make you juices. But yeah, they're delicious, full of good vitamins, good fruits, ginger, everything, turmeric. And they're just really fresh. So, we can try some later on if you want.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They're delicious. Yeah, otherwise, they're just really good for your health and probably half the price of going to a Starbucks or anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're fresh fruit.
What's the name of the company one more time?
It's Juice and Sunsets, which I believe the logo is here.
Juice and Sunsets?
But yeah, local to Bay County, Walton County. They're at the farmer's market in Rosemary. And
sweet.
Two local ladies in our neighborhood, and they're just phenomenal. So
that's awesome.
I subscribe, get them every week.
Oh, sweet. So they got a monthly
subscription
program.
plan.
Yeah,
they deliver them to you and everything.
That is very, very cool.
But yeah, we'll have to try some at some point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We will make that happen. Real quick, we'll recap last week's high school football games. Obviously, on our we haven't been on since last Thursday. We were talking about the Arnold Bay preview, and I want to say David Hayes kind of nailed that one. Bay just kind of out-athleted Arnold in that game and just really dominated in every facet of that game. Ended up being the final score in that one, 42-6. Bay starts off with an exclamation point on their 2025 campaign, and Arnold looks to rebound this upcoming weekend against Providence Christian. We'll talk a little bit more about that on Thursday. Also, some shout-outs to some volleyball scores over the past little bit of time as well. Last Thursday as well, North Bay Haven beat Bay High 3-1 Bozeman beat Port St. Joe 3-1. Mosley beat Chipley 3-1, and Arnold beat Fort Walton Beach 3-1. Jumping back, to last Friday, had a lot of matchups right here in Bay County and beyond. We'll start with the Bozeman-Holmes County game. If you guys remember Jay's little clip, his Varsity Blues quote from last week's Thursday show, which is classic Jay.
That's a great pull.
He'll be in the studio with us again on Thursday, so looking forward to seeing him again on Thursday. But Bozeman did get the victory. I don't know if any grandma's houses did get burnt down, but they won 12-8 in that matchup. Destin, shout out to Hampton Woodham. They won 37-2 over Northview, so a good dominating performance in the opening game for the Destin Sharks. Freeport North Bay Haven traveled up to Freeport, and Freeport kind of got the best of North Bay Haven in that one, 54-13. South Walton took on Gulf Breeze, won that one 35-6. Baker took on Vernon at Vernon, won that one 48-6. And then the Mosley-Rutherford game, if you guys had a chance to watch that on the YouTube stream, which David and Kyle Wright did a fantastic job on that, which is cool because you'll be able to watch all the Mosley games throughout the season. You just got to search Mosley Dolphins football on YouTube, and you'll find the live stream. It was easy for me to do, so if it was easy for me to do, it's certainly easy for you guys to do. But Mosley kind of got out ahead on that one, 64-15. Again, kind of like the Arnold Bay situation, just kind of out-athleted in that one, and Rutherford just really couldn't get anything going on that Mosley defense. Had a couple volleyball scores as well from last Friday. Mosley 2 sets, Mary G. Montgomery 0. That must have been some kind of fun tournament.
Yeah.
Also had Mosley 2 sets to love on Fort Payne. I don't know if they say love in volleyball or not, but it just,
I like it.
Little tennis action there.
2 sets to love.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about more of the upcoming big football games on Thursday. I know we do have Bay and Mosley at Tommy Oliver Stadium coming up this Friday night, and that's going to be a fun one, no doubt about that. Max.
Yes.
Did you have a chance to see the Tour Championship conclude the FedEx Cup playoffs this past weekend?
You know, I know I'm not as knowledgeable as you on the golf sphere of things, but
doubt it.
It's hard to totally value the win for me when you have like Bryson, Neiman, other guys. It's just more of a saturated field, I guess.
Gotcha.
So I'm really happy for Fleetwood. I don't want to take it away from him because he seems like one of the more likable guys on tour.
Well, and he's been trying to break through on the PGA Tour. He's been a bridesmaid this year alone twice, but he's also finished second like 8, 9, 10 times, something like that in his career. So he's been so close so many times. But the 2 this year, he had the lead in the final round at one point through the round and just couldn't get it done. One was kind of a heartbreaking moment on that one, but...
Yeah, and I have a friend who's like a notoriously bad gambler, and on Sunday midday he took Fleetwood to not win at like plus 150. So he probably helped him out a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Gave him the old the jinx and got it reversed there as well. What did you think about the format change where literally anybody that was in the top 30 that made it to the Tour Championship could win and then win the FedEx Cup?
As an outsider, I didn't love it, and that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. I wanted to know what your thoughts were on that because like I don't know. I didn't love how they did that, but
yeah, I mean, is it determining who the best player of the year was? Not necessarily, but they have an award for that already. I do like how, because you got to work really hard to get to that final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. One, you got to make the cut into the FedEx Cup playoffs. Then you got to make the top 50. Then you got to make the top 30. And then you have a chance to win the FedEx Cup playoffs. But just kind of for comparison, you know what they used to do. Actually, they've had 2 changes in the format in the FedEx Cup playoffs. But it used to be just this wild point system that nobody understood. And then they moved to the starting strokes thing, which the leader of the FedEx Cup started at 10, and then it went 10, and then it went, I think it went 10, 9, 8, several 7s, several 6s, several 5s, all the way down to basically even par based on your rankings in the FedEx Cup. If they would have done that this year, do you know who would have won?
It had been Scottie.
Scottie Scheffler would have been 24 under par. Tommy Fleetwood would have been 23 under par. Cousin Russell Henley would have been 19 under par. Cantley and Young would have been 17 under par. So it depends on kind of your thought process, whether you think that's, good or bad. Did Scottie earn the right to start it? 10 under
Probably.
par.
I mean, he had one of the best seasons I think we've seen in a long time.
And again, like my argument on that is kind of the fact that, they do have a Player of the Year award as well.
Yeah,
So
which is
obviously Scottie's got that locked up. I don't think we have to worry about that.
What's the purse? Is that a $10 or $12 million purse for?
I want to say it's an $18 million purse. Now, they did spread the prize money out throughout the FedEx Cup playoffs this year versus that massive, I think it was $25 million last year if you won the FedEx Cup playoffs. So they spread the money out as well. So, obviously Scottie had an absolutely dominant year when it comes to that kind of stuff.
And since it's newer, I'm definitely a novice at this. What's the final tournament for the Live called?
Oh, it's like they might call it their tour championship as well. I think it might just be the Live Tour Championship.
Who won that? It was someone who hadn't won a tournament all year, like Fleetwood, which is kind of ironic.
Very ironic.
Which,
let me see.
I know you see it in like NCAA basketball tournaments where teams don't have that stalwart win and make a run, but I don't know. I guess it makes you kind of question how they do the fields and how they set the parameters for it sometimes. But I don't want to take it away from Tommy. Really happy for him. It's awesome that he won in England a few times as well and is in the hunt. And you feel bad for him for not winning, but he still had a heck of a year and made it. I think this was by far his most career earnings in a season, correct?
Yeah, no, by far what he's done this year is just insane. We talked last week, I believe it was on Tuesday, the ceiling for Scottie Scheffler kind of going forward, and that might have actually been on the Two Off the Tee podcast, but kind of talking about the ceiling of where he'll end up, and I think if he stays healthy, he's got a solid 15, 16 years worth of golf still in him, and we could see some things happen again if he stays healthy and kind of stays on the same trajectory. I mean, he's already got four majors, four majors, so. If he wins one major a year, which really isn't out of the realm of possibilities, if he plays for 15 more years, I mean, that's 19 majors right there, and that would, break Jack's record of 18. So
18, okay, that's what I was going to. Is Tiger at 16?
Yes, yeah. Okay. He's with that kind of out of nowhere Masters win. It
that
put him one closer
awesome.
yet. That might go down as one of the coolest Masters of all time.
That's one of those how can you not be romantic about sports moments.
Yeah,
everyone at Augusta.
It was a wild moment, no doubt. We will have Keith Flemming coming up here in just a few minutes, but real quick before we get to that, I do want to mention David Hayes and that NFL Pick'em that we have. Just check out David's Facebook page. You can sign up. I think there's already a good bit of people. We originally sent out a totals one and didn't do the Pick'em one, so we had a lot of people sign up for that one, and then somebody realized that it was an NFL totals versus the Pick'em, which it's very hard to differentiate between the two. But if you want to join that, it's just $20. You sign up, you pay your money, and then we give you the password into that pool. So
Great.
It's filling up. But yeah, just check out David Hayes' Facebook page to sign up for that. It'll tell you all the information you may need. Before we get Keith on the line, I do want to give a shout out because I'd be remiss if I didn't to my son Liam, who had his first tackle football game this past weekend. Also want to give a shout out to Ryan, who absolutely dominated in the Jamboree. But quick shout out to Liam. He had an unbelievable game for his first ever tackle game. He rushed for about 50 yards. He threw for a touchdown pass, threw for a conversion pass, had an interception, a forced fumble, and recovery. So he kind of flipped a switch when he got out there. I was a little anxious about how it was going to go, but the team looked great. Offensive, defensive lines played wonderful. Of course, shout out to Coach Donnie Walker and all the other Beach Marlin crews that are out there, working their butts off to make sure everybody's having a good time. And I've been dubbed now. I'm the home voice of the Beach Marlins, even though I unfortunately said Arnold Marlins like 10 times. But I've called a couple soccer games there before, and it's just kind of habit. You're at Arnold, you feel Arnold.
I saw some of the clips too. The coach is very emphatic on some plays.
Yes,
very enthusiastic. It's just cool to see. You know, like
Donnie's awesome. He's just he puts in so much work behind the scenes and just does a wonderful job with those kids. And Stevie and Zach and Kate, like they just got a great group of adults that put the kids first, and that's what you want.
Yeah, and before we get to Keith, dude, did Liam have any like huge hits, or did he get hit any times where it's like, wow, welcome to tackle football?
The Jamboree the week prior, he got hit hard several times, so I feel like that was a good welcome in and kind of got that out of the way. Yeah. But He made some good hits too. He had a nice stiff arm, and then one of the things that he talks about, a lot of other people talk about, is we ran a play where he was the lead blocker and he pancaked somebody.
Did he really?
So obviously that shows, selflessness with your team and all that stuff.
The quarterback too, lead blocker.
Yeah, and I, it's just with everything I got going on. You can see I got my new friend with me here today. Moments like that, watching Ryan do so well in volleyball, watching Liam do well in football, it just kind of distracts you from what everything else is going on.
You got to be a proud parent.
Yeah, no doubt. So it was certainly a lot of fun. We go on the road against Vernon this weekend, which will be interesting because we know a couple people on the Vernon side of things. So we faced off in flag football before, so this will be the first time in tackle football.
Is this most of the dynasty team staying together?
No. This is
totally
like a completely different team. Yeah, because this is juniors, which is 10U on July 1st. Okay. So most of the dynasty kids are older than that because Liam always plays up with flag. But with tackle, he's playing in his own age division, which is good. So we hopefully the winner. Flag football with Southern Elite will get going, and some announcements will be coming out soon, so we can get that going because that'll pick up right after tackle stop. So, let's go ahead and get Keith on the line if we can.
Really quick, Keith. Should Team Europe take Harry Hall's putter, and who would get left off if they did?
I'm not sure who would get left off, but if I'm the Americans, I don't want Harry Hall on the European team.
Yes, absolutely.
You say his putter, which I agree, but I mean, since May 1st, top 3 on the tour in scoring average, birdie average, and the number 1 putter on tour. And that plays very well, whether it be
match play, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Or 4 balls, because he makes a ton of birdies. That'd be great for best ball. And again, to your point, such a good putter. That's a real weapon and alternate shot.
There you go.
Thanks.
Keith, I know we're going to do this as a team, but we're going to try to go a little quicker this episode than we did last Tuesday. But we're going to talk a little NFL as we are just, 9 days from NFL kickoff. We got a huge college football weekend coming up, and then the Thursday after that, the NFL season will officially start. A lot of people getting their drafts going this week, next week. So what is your overall strategy early in fantasy drafts?
So I've adjusted this season my overall strategy compared to previous ones. If you followed my work with Ryan or on Fantasy Six Pack, I am a 0 RB guy. I believe that you can find running backs late in rounds, and I would rather spend that capital on like receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks early. But this year, I'm amending that to where if you can get CMC, Barkley, Derrick Henry, Bijan, or Jamar Gibbs, I think you should automatically grab them. Genty is kind of just outside that group, but also somebody I'm okay doing that with. I just think that the top running backs are so far ahead of the rest of the guys at that position that
to waste an early round pick.
Them.
Yeah, if you've got the opportunity.
And then wait, for the other running backs, right? Like you would then follow the exact same model that I'm saying, and you actually can go a little bit further into the draft before, say, you take your second running back if you're able to get one of those guys. So I think that's very important. And then also, you either take Brock Bowers or you wait on tight end. And I, again, think that like outside of Jalen Hurts at quarterback, because of the value of where he's going, I would wait on quarterback as well. Like I would take those, top running backs if you can in the first round, and then load up with those top wide receivers, because after about the top 24, 25, there is a real significant drop.
Yeah, no doubt. It's kind of the cycle of fantasy football when it comes to strategies. They do kind of change a little bit year to year based on production. So I like that. So just remember, people, if you got drafts coming up, you want to take Gibbs, Bijan, CMC, Barkley, or Henry if you can grab one of them in the first round or early in the draft. And then you can kind of just wait a little bit of time to start picking up some other running backs to fill out your roster.
Can I toss one name into that mix?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Keith, where do you put Breece Hall on the tier list? Because he's like not tier 2, but he's not tier 1.
So I really like Breece Hall. There was a lot of data coming out of college that, like, he was in that group with Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, where the athletic score is just off the charts. However, I'm real concerned about Braylon Allen, who his teammates have nicknamed him War Machine. And he is the youngest player ever drafted in the NFL. He's still just 21 years of age, and he is a man child. And if you watched him,
Big
I believe
boy.
it was in their second preseason game, that run looked an awful lot like Derrick Henry. And I know that's kind of blasphemous to compare anyone to Derrick Henry, but that's who he looked like.
Yeah.
He's just so big, physical, and athletic, and was just bowling dudes over. So I do still like Breece Hall, but I would just be very concerned because I'm worried that Braylon Allen may end up being the running back. That's going to be a Jets team that I think runs the ball a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're definitely going to have to. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead.
When he started at Wisconsin, too, he was barreling guys when he was 17 years old.
Yep.
And, like, that's a running back heavy offense. And
Same system, too, that they ran at Wisconsin, to your point. Tip Major brought that up on our My Guy show on Fantasy Six Pack. So I think that means that maybe they are trying to get things to where Braylon Allen is that guy. And Breece Hall just seems like he hasn't recovered completely from
his
the
first
last
few years,
injury.
he's been injury prone, and running backs always are injury prone. But when you've got a guy like Allen right behind him, I would be worried about taking Breece Hall and using too much capital when Allen may end up being the guy that gets the RB1 position. All right, Keith, talk, kind of staying with the best value as people go through their draft: first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, and then the sixth round, because then after the sixth round, it kind of becomes a crapshoot at that point. Who are some values that you're looking at in each of those rounds?
So the first round, I need to go ahead and get my make sure I keep my weekly spot on the Inside Drive podcast out of the way. And I'm telling you to take CMC. No, that's actually not just because of Ryan. He is, I think, an incredible value. Yes, I understand the injury concerns, but
Madden
what are we
curse.
doing? There's injury concerns with everybody, right? Like, especially at the running back position. His last 4 full seasons as a running back, he was either running back 1 or running back 2 in points per game, averaging almost 25 points per game
Won me a
over
few
those 4
championships.
seasons. And then the big thing Ryan can vouch for this last year is, yes, I know he only played like 3 games and a quarter, but in the 3 full games he played last year, 43 carries, 16 targets, 13 receptions. And we know that Shanahan is somebody who uses CMC all the time. Like, his snap percentage is over 95%. So, yes, there's probably a little bit more risk with CMC, but you're getting him at the back end of the first round in most cases. And he absolutely has a chance to be the number 1 player in fantasy if he can remain healthy. And don't forget, the Niners have the easiest schedule in the NFL. And I think that that offense is going to be really good. And with all those receivers out, right, Ryan, it's more likely
I
they
was
may
literally
lean on
about to
CMC.
jump into that point. I mean, Ricky Pearsall is going to be wide receiver 1 to start the season. I mean, they brought over Sky Moore to kind of help with that depleted receiving core. Once it gets healthy, it'll be a really solid one. But yeah, look for CMC to get he always gets a lot of targets in the air anyway, but a lot of targets early. And also, it looks like Bijan Robinson is going to be involved in the pass game quite a bit as well. So another little chunk of food for thought there. What about in the second round, Keith? Who's a great value in that one?
So this is pretty easy. It's Drake London. Brock Bowers is also right there. Just remember, Bowers was 3rd in receptions last season as a rookie with just crap at quarterback.
Yeah.
And the upgrade of Geno, I think, especially in PPR leagues, don't be afraid to take Bowers at the end of the first, early second. But London, for whatever reason, his value has not rose over the summer, and I don't understand it. A reminder, last year with Michael Penix, he started 3 games. He had a 40% target rate. That would have led the NFL. Averaged over 117 yards per game. That would have led the NFL. He saw 39 targets in those 3 games. That would have led the NFL at 13 per. And more importantly, no matter who was the QB, 60% of the Falcons' red zone targets went to Drake London. And from what we heard from Miles Garrett from Fox 5 Atlanta when we did the Fantasy Six-Pack Atlanta Falcons preview, is Penix is targeting him, it seems like, half of the time in training camp, especially when they're doing practices with other teams. And he said he just has really figured out that with London, you throw it up,
He gets
and
it.
he's going to come down with it a majority of the time, whether he's single covered, double covered, whatever it is. I think London has a real chance to be the number one wide receiver in fantasy, and I would be kind of shocked if he's not at least a top 5, and he's going right now as wide receiver 9 and pretty much consistently all drafts.
Tell him, Keith. I'm glad to hear you say this because I have a lot of friends who listen to Ryan's show as well, and we've already had our drafts. 100% share in London because as a Hoosier too, obviously huge Penix fan, and he always has one receiver that he 50% targets. Same with Roma Dunze when he was at Washington. So I'm really glad to hear you gassing the Drake London train.
Choo choo.
Yep.
Positive things coming up out of there from the Atlanta Falcons. All right, Keith, kind of real quick, 3rd, 4th round values.
Yeah, so if you do not get one of those running backs and you're looking for somebody of value, in the 3rd round, Alvin Kamara is that guy. I get it. The Saints are going to be bad. I understand that. But since 2020, his finishing position among running backs in points per game, 5th, 3rd, 13th, 4th, and 1st. Last year, he was 7th in snap share, 6th in opportunity share, actually 1st in expected fantasy points. He scored double-digit points in 13 of 14. But the big thing, caught 4+ passes in 12 of 14 games, caught 5+ passes in 8 of 14. And what's the good thing if the Saints stink? They're going to be down and throwing a lot, and that means that Kamara's going to be a target hog again.
Yeah.
The 4th round, again, the only quarterback that I am taking early in drafts is Jalen Hurts, and that's with the caveat if you can get him in the 4th round, which you can with his ADP. I mean, I don't understand why he's not up there with Allen and Lamar in value. He has now had 4 seasons as a starting quarterback, at least 600 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns each season. That's 120 points right there before you get into any of the throwing stuff. And he's had 50 career starts and he has 50 career rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, I don't get it. And don't forget, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are studs. And I think the Eagles have a much tougher schedule, meaning they won't be up as much, meaning he may actually throw more than he has the last couple of seasons. But either way, Hurts is the original fantasy cheat code. And I think he should be going, more in that Allen Lamar range. And you can get him right now in the 4th round.
Yeah, if you get a bunch of people though. Sometimes people take flyers when they shouldn't because they don't really understand how the ADP and stuff. I know that the league that I'm going to be doing with former Bay Point friends, somebody will take Hurts way earlier than the 4th round. But let's move into the 5th and 6th round. Again, we are talking with Keith Flemming, and we are talking about the values in your fantasy draft in all the rounds going through 6. Some of these guys that may still be available, and you're going to want to jump on them if they are.
So in the 5th, let me give you 2 guys. One, if say after your first 4 picks, you're thinking, I need production all season. The second is if you have a really good feeling about your first 4 picks and you can kind of take a chance. So if you want to take a chance, it's Rashee Rice, and it's not even close.
You were
I
thinking
mean,
that
yes,
too,
he's
weren't
going to be
you?
suspended.
Intrusive thoughts.
He's going to miss some games. But, I mean, his last 10 starts, in the regular season, he has just been a fantasy supernova. 97 targets, 9 or more in 8 of 10. In those 10 games, 4 weeks as a top 5 receiver for a week, top 16 in 8 of 10. And again, this is a 5th round pick. I think Kansas City's offense is going to be better. Yes, you have to deal with the suspension, but when the playoffs come around, you would like having Rashee Rice. The other guy, it took me a while to get around on, but it's Ted McMillan for the Carolina Panthers. They need a number 1 receiver. We saw Bryce really come around and show some real promise in the second half of the season, but that was without an alpha wide receiver. They went and got one. I think Ted McMillan's comparisons to Drake London are very fair.
Yeah,
and if
big
you
guy.
Look at his production at Arizona,
Great length.
his ability to get open with his size, and he catches everything. that's a great thing for Bryce. And again, volume is king, in my opinion. And that's why I think that Ted McMillan is a great value. And again, Rashee Rice, same deal. Somebody that is averaging, over 9 targets a game his last 10 starts in the regular season. The 6th-round play is my favorite value this year, and the guy that I've drafted the most in best balls in the drafts that I've had so far, and that's Calvin Ridley of the Tennessee Titans. Despite just garbage QB play the last 2 years, consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, saw 250 combined targets, caught 140 combined balls over those 2 years. And from everything we've heard, Cam Ward might be that dude who can really
Fans hope so. That's for sure.
Dude, I've been wanting to talk to David Hayes about this. Like, I'm in. Like, I was not in the beginning, but from what I've seen from camp, again, talking to Myles Garrett, they had joint practice with the Falcons. He was blown away with Cam's arm strength, accuracy, and just the way he ran that Titans offense. And don't forget, they also did a good job of beefing up their offensive line. Most people think they're going to have a top 10 offensive line. That's a quarterback's best friend, especially a rookie one. And Ridley's going to be targeted a ton. And I think this is the most undervalued team in fantasy because Tony Pollard's a great value. Calvin Ridley's a great value. And even Chigo Okonkwo, I think, is a great value because they're going to be the kind of key pieces in this offense. And again, Tennessee's defense stinks. So they're going to be down. And when you're down, you're basically chucking it, and garbage points count just as much as regular points in fantasy.
Absolutely. Keith, we did it. Real quick before we let you go, remind everybody where they can find your articles, cheat sheets, betting cards, all that wonderful stuff that you put out every week.
Yeah, if you go over to fantasysixpack.net, you can find all of my cheat sheets, articles, etc. You can join the Discord and premium part of Fantasy Six Pack for just $8.50 a month if you use the promo code F6PNFL. And also, if you're wanting to check out something different, I joined a fantasy league that is ran through Discord called the Fantasy Football, a reality competition.
Sounds like a Netflix
teams.
doc.
Yeah. It's like Survivor style. We do confessionals. There's immunity challenges. It seems to be a lot of fun. If you're on Discord, again, it's a fantasy football, a reality competition, or you can hit me up on Twitter at Keith Flemming. I'll send you the link. And they want people to watch it, but we're drafting teams right now. It's an auction style. I've only got 2 players. It's Brock Bowers and Drake London. I used about half of my salary to get them, but with 22 teams and only starting 8 players, I feel pretty good, Ryan.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a lot of individuals.
A lot of fun, man.
You got the official stamp.
You got me to
follow.
be relatively short today.
I
so
know.
I can
we
learn,
did it.
Ryan.
We did it. You are trainable.
I can learn.
You're like a young puppy. We were able to train you just a little bit. But Keith, we appreciate you jumping on as always. If you got any drafts this week, good luck. Again, follow him on Twitter/X. That's at KEITHFLEMMING. Keith, have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. Keep up the great work, Ryan, man. I love the show and really happy for you, buddy.
I appreciate it very, very much. Take care. All right.
He's right. It is the best sports show.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that as well.
I enjoy listening to it.
Well, you're on it as well, so it's always a good time.
No bias.
I do want to mention before we go a little bit further, our athlete of the week from last week. We appreciate American Charlie's, your favorite American restaurant, conveniently located in the shops at Edgewater next to Rocket Lanes and Firefly. They've got some great daily specials. I know they got a new menu dropping here very soon, but all your favorites will be on there still. The fried chicken, pot roast, wings, burgers, shrimp, all of those classic American dishes. You can visit them at AmericanCharlies.com or just search American Charlies on Facebook. They got 15 TVs for all your college and NFL games. They have also got military and first responder discounts. Again, that is American Charlies. We appreciate them being our Athlete of the Week sponsor. To enter the Athlete of the Week concert, we post every Monday getting the contest started, and then you could nominate by just giving a name or posting a picture in the comments, and the name or picture that gets the most likes or interactions, it can be a heart, care, whatever it is. No anger ones, please. Whoever gets the most of that will win the American Charlie's $50 gift card. Big shout out to Camden Mooney, who was our week 1 winner of the American Charlie's Athlete of the Week. And again, the post was posted earlier yesterday, actually, and you just got to go find that Facebook post on the Inside Drive Podcast Facebook page. Nominate somebody. Obviously, you want to share it and ask people to, obviously interact with your nomination on there, because that's how you're going to win that sweet $50 gift card.
I was laughing when you said the Okonkwo, because I was thinking the exact same
Yes,
thing too.
yes.
We're on the same wavelength today.
It is solid.
Isn't the NFL hilarious too, where like Rashee Rice is obviously like a coveted pick, but we all know he's going to be suspended, but he's not suspended yet. Like he's able to play.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
it's kind of weird with the preseason. I guess, it doesn't benefit to be suspended for the preseason. That wouldn't really hurt anybody.
Yeah.
What do you think about these guys that have been holding out and then eventually get rewarded with these big contracts? Obviously, recently, James Cook held out, for quite some time, and that led to a $48 million deal back on August 13th.
That was fair. He deserved it, in my opinion. I think it's like case by case.
Yeah. So we'll get to. I got some thoughts on one for sure.
Okay.
Obviously, Trey Hendrickson has been a holdout, but that led to a $14 million raise yesterday. And then the big news out of the NFL, scary Terry McLaurin had asked for a trade a couple weeks ago. And then yesterday he was given a 3-year, $96 million extension.
It was 96.
96,
Man, I thought
yes.
it was in the 20s.
That's a lot of cash money per year.
I mean, I'm happy for him.
$32 million a year.
Because he was a second or third round pick?
Yeah, so he was pretty high up there, and he's obviously Jaden Daniels. He's one of his obviously a favorite target, but he's also a fantastic wide receiver. All of these gentlemen, I think, have asked for a trade request. Is that just part of the smoke and mirrors to say, oh, if you don't pay me, I'm going to leave?
I think so. Besides, like, Jacoby Myers, I kind of get if you want to get out of Las Vegas or not.
Absolutely. Two big names still on hold on watch. That's Pittsburgh's Cam Hayward. And then, of course, the biggest story is Micah Parsons, who has been in the news quite a bit lately. What do you think happens with the Parsons saga over there in Dallas? If he doesn't get the extension, do you think he plays week 1?
I don't know. That's such a good question, because Jerry is super stubborn and has that ego, probably the biggest ego of any sports owner in the world right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it's funny, too, because the DC over there is Eberflus. So everyone on Bears X was like 2 weeks into Eberflus and Parsons wants out.
Yeah, no, it shows what was going down up there in Chi-Town.
They have some weird hires there, though, between like McCarthy and Eberflus. Like
Schottenheimer's now their coach.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, it just seems like he waits too long, and then by the time he has to make a move, like with Dak whenever that, I don't know if that was last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you just would have done it off the get-go, that market wouldn't have kept pushing up, and up. And the same thing has now happened with, Micah Parsons, Garrett getting that huge extension. He could have extended him a while ago for a lot less money. And now if he's actually going to do the extension, is it going to be a ridiculous amount or what? What are we looking at?
It's got to be, because he's been the best defensive player in the NFC, probably, right?
He's versatile as well. I mean, I'd throw Bosa in there every once in a while too, but he's versatile because he not only can play on the edge, he can also play in the linebacker position. So I think Jerry has to extend him. Willie, I don't know. He's playing a dangerous game though. Yeah. Maybe Micah will show up for week 1 even without an extension.
Fun fact, because we're enough removed from the situation now. My friend was the reason that he had COVID and missed a game during the COVID.
Wow.
They had a mutual friend. They were getting dinner, and it was like 3 days since my friend had been diagnosed with COVID. And he's like, guys, he's a huge Cowboys fan. He's like, going to dinner with Micah Parsons tonight. Like, do you think I should go? And we were like, probably not, because you had COVID 3 days ago. And it was like when, it wasn't just when everyone was just getting COVID. Had COVID. It was like a little past point, and then Micah Parsons got ruled out 2 days later for COVID.
That's a wild story.
And we were like, well, we can find the cause.
Yeah. Breaking news out of Max Deleiden's Twitter account. His friend got Micah Parsons COVID. Was that in 2020?
Yeah, it was 2020 or 2021. I'd have to look back, but I remember because it was simultaneous, and when the Rappaport news came out about it, we were like, dude, you're an idiot.
That is certainly wild. I know you're a big baseball guy. Big Dumper got to 50 yesterday. Yes. Where do you think he ends the season as far as home runs? I know he's already blown past the record for catchers.
I'm going to go with 61. I think he's still hitting the ball so well. And that was my first home run bet of the season was last night, 8:39, game started 8:40. I was like, he's going to hit 50 tonight on JP Sears. Got it.
Boom.
It was only $10, but
hey.
But,
Money paid back to you. That's all that matters.
It's incredible what he's doing as a catcher, DH. I still think, as like a huge baseball fan, Judge is the MVP for what he's doing and playing elite at 2 levels of the field. Because Cal's like his D-WAR is 0 as a catcher. And you can't take that away from him as he's hit 50 bombs, which is the grueling load of being a catcher / DH, which I know they're kind of DHing him more because his bat's been so valuable.
Yep.
But it's really cool to see because, he's just smashing any catcher records for home runs. I think Pudge got up to like maybe 48 or so. Did he take steroids? Likely.
Who didn't?
Yeah, who didn't?
Come on,
it was a fun time.
Who didn't?
It was the 2000s. But it's really cool to see what Cal Raleig's doing.
Yeah.
And it's convenient timing because I remember in April someone was like, yeah, that's going to be our starting catcher for the World Baseball Classic. And in my head, I was like, it's got to be Adley Rutschman. And Adley's been god-awful, 7 homers. Like,
just not his normal self.
OPS under 700. So the Orioles missed the boat on trading him too. So they're going to get nothing. If they keep saying they're going to shop him this winter. I know it's Bob Nightingale, so it's always the reverse jinx there. But still, what do you think as a baseball fan on rallies?
Yeah, I would like to see him get to 60. How many games they got left?
They've got...
It's getting close, I know that.
Yeah, they've got
September
about
1st is
32,
right around the corner.
I think,
okay.
35.
So all he's got to do is hit, one every other game, which doesn't seem too unlikely.
Yeah, one every 3 games.
Yeah.
One a series.
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
they're at 132 games, so 30 games.
Okay. So I'm going to say he gets to 62.
Okay. You're going to Price is Right.
I'm going to Price is Right sell you.
That's like when Judge was breaking the record. The biggest loser on X was Roger Maris Jr. He was just like going at everyone who was like, Barry Bonds has the record.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're Roger Maris Jr. What are you? Look.
Yeah.
It's like Ben Verlander.
Right.
It's like, my brother's getting unlucky. It's like, no, he's just getting old and not pitching as well anymore.
That's kind of how it works. The bodies don't hold up all the time. What do you think about Kenny Pickett getting traded to the Raiders? Does that change anything on the quarterback battle situation? That dumpster fire in Cleveland?
Who was it was Gabriel, Pickett, Sanders, and Flacco.
Flacco's been named QB1.
Who's QB2? Sanders or Gabriel?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair.
And then Sanders obviously hit a really, really rough third preseason showing. I think he was negative 41 yards or something like that.
Yeah, he was 3 for 6, 14 yards.
And then, of course, they asked Stefanski if they called plays. I don't know if you saw that, called plays differently for Shadur to try to sabotage him, and he just brushed off that question like, y'all are a bunch of idiots.
There's a weird cult following him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's the backup O-line. It's like, well, he's a backup too, and he's playing against backups, so it's like the playing field was even. I don't root against him, and I don't know why Dylan Gabriel said what he said, but at face value, you have to look at his quarterback play. It's like it's similar to even Travis Hunter. Like they were saying, he got the Heisman and he wanted to be known as a cornerback first, then wide receiver, I think, and as a two-way guy. But as for the Jaguars, he's going to be getting primarily wide receiver snaps to start, is what they're saying. So it's like, college isn't the same as pro.
No, faster, a lot different. They like to disguise coverages a lot more in the NFL. All right, speaking of college football quarterbacks, these are all the several quarterbacks that have very little starts. Some don't even have any in college football that are starting for AP top 10 teams. So I just kind of want to get your thoughts on how you think these guys will be doing. We'll start with the Ohio State quarterback, Julian Sayin. He has 0 starts. Obviously, he's got a great offensive line, tons of weapons around him, best money can buy. How do you think Sayin ends up doing this year?
I think he'll do well. As much as I don't like Ryan Day, he made Will Howard look serviceable.
Yeah.
Got him a career in the NFL.
Yep.
He didn't make Kyle McCord look that good, but with their Kyle McCord made the roster, right?
Yeah.
I think he's third string. Good for him.
Yep.
I think he will be solid, though. What about you?
Yeah, and I think he's such a dual threat quarterback, too. And I just feel like, C.J. Stroud was obviously a great dual threat quarterback, but Ohio State in like the last few years hasn't really had as much of the dual threat quarterback as they've had in the past. Obviously, Sayin is, I think he was the top quarterback of his class, so he's unbelievable. And
It's like it's like what Jim Harbaugh said. You're
Yeah.
born on third and think you hit a triple because you've got all these 5-star receivers. They're wide receiver whether Bama
Yep.
wants to say otherwise.
Yep.
They can argue with the wall, but
All right, and then of course the one everybody's looking forward to watching on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock our time on the big noon kickoff, Mr. Arch Manning. Does he live up to the hype? He's only got 2 career starts in relief of Quinn Ewers last year. Does he live up to the hype, or is the hype too much?
I think he is going to be good, not great. I don't think he's going to live up to the hype personally.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the guy. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I feel bad for these kids when it's like, oh, Nepo,
Yes.
Nepo baby type thing. But
Yep.
it's like you still have to earn your spot. And
Yeah,
you get the play
no.
time. Even though your last name's on the jersey, you're obviously a very qualified quarterback to be at Texas. So I'm also interested too on his predecessor, on Quinn Ewers, if he's going to get some playing time for the Dolphins with Tua being made of glass. But
Yeah.
what do you think about Archie? Because it's really hard to say from those 2 games.
Because those 2 games were, relief appearances and I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I hope he does well. And these guys don't feel the pressure as much as, normal human beings would, but it's such a big opening game that there's extra pressure, in my opinion, simply because not only is it your first start as the QB1, but you're also going up against one of the best teams in the country, the defending national championship. So he's got a massive opportunity, to kind of, I don't want to say silence the doubters, because I don't know if anybody's really out there doubting him. And
The haters, I think.
Silence
Like
the
people who
haters.
are-
There you go.
What's the spread for that game, by the way?
Ooh, great question. Great question. Hard Rock betting is legal in the state of Florida. Should you want to earn 50 free dollars, just message me and I'll send you my link, and we'll both get 50 free dollars. That would be fantastic.
It's Ohio State 2.5.
And Ohio State's it's at home, right? It's in the shoe.
Yeah, I saw they were banning Dave Portnoy, and they took it back because that's like giving him an infinity stone if you're gonna ban him from the shoe.
Yes, you're just about to get all sorts of
Of course, he's
content
gonna be
thrown at
rooting
you.
for Texas regardless.
Yep, absolutely.
I kind of like Ohio State at 2.5 there.
Yeah, no doubt. It's when you have these really good matchups and all these kids are, making so much money so they can have these great rosters. Texas, Ohio State's kind of the epitome of both of those right now. Better quarterback. Who do you think? Sayin or Manning?
Oh, this probably goes against the grain. I'm gonna go Sayin.
Okay.
I think Sayin.
Better coach, Sark or Ryan Day?
Day, as much as it pains me.
So then, based on
The home
quarterback
atmosphere.
and coaching, because typically when you have the quarterbacks and the coach that have the advantage, that usually plays out through the game.
Who's that wide receiver 1 too who returned for Ohio State? That freshman.
No, I got Williams stuck
I
in
know.
my
I was
head.
gonna say Ryan Williams. It's
God, it's such an easy one.
I know. Let me go on.
Yeah, I'll let you find it because I'm gonna continue on with this quarterback.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
though, right?
absolutely. And it was awesome that he came back. I mean, they're making so much money by coming back now.
Yeah, he had to because he's like 18.
Yep.
I'll find it, but we can keep moving on.
Yeah, and then of course, new Georgia quarterback. He's only got 1 career start, and that was in relief last year, and that's Gunnar Stockton. What do you think about him at Georgia? Obviously, he's got a great cast of characters around him. Georgia usually has the best offensive line in the country, if not one of the best offensive lines in the country.
It's Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith. That was
We
so
both should've
easy
known
and
that.
stupid. Yeah.
I'm not too high on him.
You're Gunnar Stockton. Stock
is low.
Is low.
I'm shorting it. I mean, they play like a very safe system.
Yeah.
They need like a Shanahan mind for their offense, like how you got Purdy comfortable and now
Yep.
like something like that. That's not a slight at Brock Purdy at all, by the way. Sorry.
No, I didn't. No, I don't think we took it that way.
They need someone who can kind of cradle the quarterback a little bit at first, and I don't know if that's his forte. I think he's defense first from.
Yeah, for
we've
sure,
seen.
for sure. On the flip side of that, how do you think what's his face does at Miami? He's had a tough go at Miami since he's been there. He's been broken up. His car's been stolen. He is QB1 for the U though.
Yeah, he seems like a guy for sure. He's got some character to him. I think he'll be okay just because whether people want to admit it or not, the ACC is not the ACC that we know anymore.
Yeah,
it's a
that
lot
is
weaker
true.
than the Big Ten and SEC. I think he'll put up very high numbers and probably get picked by someone. I think it was a good move for him to get out of Georgia.
Yeah,
and just
kind of show his talents a little more down there at the U.
Yeah, and it's a 2-horse race, right? I mean, Miami or Clemson to get that ACC spot. So I think he'll do well. Do you think he's that good? I don't think he's.
I mean, he showed some promise, obviously, at Georgia, but so much, and watching a lot of Georgia games because they're on TV quite a bit, he always had so much time in the pocket.
Yeah.
And when you got that much time in the pocket, I don't care if you're a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, whatever it would be, you have the skill to make the throws that need to be made. It's, can you make those throws when you're forced out of the pocket, when you're having to scramble, your off-frame throws, all that stuff.
2 old Georgia quarterbacks. Do you think he's better or worse than Stetson?
I think he's worse than Stetson.
And then better or worse than Jake Fromm?
Ooh.
Pretty comparable, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a good comparison.
They're all like the same
I forgot
quarterback.
about Jake Fromm. Yeah, it's kind of the same particular I mean, Justin Fields was there for just a little bit, and then he obviously went to Ohio State.
Unfortunately, too, Fromm's out of the NFL now. He's a insurance agent in Atlanta.
And he needs to be Jake from State Farm.
I know, he totally botched
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
he did. All right, a couple more real quick. Ty Simpson has not made a start, and he'll be starting for the Alabama Crimson Tide come this Saturday against the Florida State Seminoles.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for Florida State, I think.
It's kind of like, we were talking earlier, which team has the better athletes? Alabama definitely has the better athletes, and that'll probably show up on the field as well.
I'm biased, too, since he's Hoosier, but I think Kalen DeBoer is a really good coach. I think as he's getting his guys, and I think getting Ryan Grubb, who is his guy through and through at Indiana, at Washington, made a quick jump to the Seahawks offense, and now he's back. I think that's like this. I hate to say it. I think I want to put like a little bit of a future on Alabama to win the national championship because that roster is so good, and at that value, I think it's legal betting at Hard Rock. I think it's like plus 1050, which is pretty high for Bama.
Yeah, that's some great preseason value there for a team that's usually a perennial powerhouse.
I think he's going to be solid, and unfortunately, as much as I don't necessarily want to see the Bamas and Georgias of the world be good, but I think Bama's a problem this year.
Yeah. All right, C.J. Carr, the Fighting Irish. He has not made one career start, and he'll be on TV quite a bit on the old NBC.
Yeah, he will. I think Notre Dame's going to be really good. It's a true tester going to Miami to start the season.
Quarterback that's never started a game before, going against a quarterback that started a million games. No, it's Marcus Freeman.
No,
at
Miami?
the U.
Is it Cristobal or someone else?
Another one that we should know.
I know.
I don't think he's moved away from there. I'm pretty sure he's still there. Yes, he is still the coach at the U.
Okay, yeah.
For now.
For now. He could be okay. He's just got to coast through the NIL money.
That's
I think he's going to be pretty similar to Riley Leonard. I don't think he's going to be anything spectacular, but
serviceable.
Yeah.
Win a bunch of games, not lose you any games, but not put the team on your back and
your standard competitive Notre Dame quarterback or competitive era Notre Dame quarterback.
And then last but not least, former UCLA quarterback Dante Moore has moved up to be up there in the Nike NIL capital of the world for the Oregon Ducks.
That is a huge question mark because there's a lot of things coming out of their camp that he is not it.
Well, and don't they have another quarterback, really highly touted quarterback on their roster as well? And the name's escaping me right now.
It's not a good name day.
But, clearly. We need to drink some of that juice.
Yeah, we do. Sharpens your mind.
There you go.
Creatine.
There you go. Just don't do it before you play in the first round of a golf tournament.
No, don't do that.
Jake Knapp.
Yep, Jake.
No, Ben Griffin. Just he four-putted the first hole because he was too jacked up on creatine. But,
there's not even caffeine in that. What is he doing?
I don't know. Strange.
I'm kind of bearish on him, but I think Dan Lann's one of the best coaches in college football, but I've just only been reading bad things about him. Not that I'm on Oregon Ducks pages a lot, but I think I'm going to fade that guy.
There you go.
I would like him to be bad since we play at Oregon this year too. So
yes, the Hoosiers. You excited about your season?
I am. I think I know people get fired up about Coach Saig's persona, but I think that's kind of what you have to be if you're at an Indiana. We're the losingest Division I college football program ever. So, I mean, coming in and going 11-1, I know you can't dictate your schedule on the conference games.
Yeah.
And we won our games we played. I really hope it's not like a one-hit wonder, and I don't think it is because the guy seems like it's all business, and we're at Oregon. We're at Penn State. We host Illinois. Those are like your big 3 games this year. So
a lot of opportunity there.
We'll see. I would love to be a perennial discussion piece in college football since basketball's clearly going nowhere still. So
Yeah, all good. Do want to thank one more time Golf Plus, Alan Watson, of course, Panhandle Credit Union. You can check out Panhandle Credit Union or panhandlecu.org or visit any of their branch locations around the area for more information or to sign up. Also, go check out Golf Plus. They got their end of summer blowout sale going on. Still doing the buy one hat at full retail price, get one free, amongst everything else on sale in that golf shop. Get fit as well while you are there. And then one more time, it is our American Charlie's Athlete of the Week. It was posted yesterday. Find that post on our Facebook page, Inside Drive Podcast, and you'll be able to nominate your athlete, somebody else's athlete, share that post, ask for likes, and of course also follow our Facebook page, Instagram page, TikTok page, as well as our YouTube channel. We are streaming live on YouTube. We will be streaming live on Facebook once we get past that little threshold of they don't let you stream on a live page. But streaming live, of course, on my personal page as well. We appreciate everybody who is tuned in, who subscribes, who likes, who shares. That makes the world. Appreciate Max Deleiden coming in today. One more shout out to your juice friend.
Yeah, Juice and Sunsets. Delicious juice.
It's a great name. We're going to dive into some of that juice here just
look
in
how
a few minutes.
Aesthetic that is, too. I should have took out the Ziploc bag, too. But
that logo is fantastic.
Perfect, especially for this area. Island Greens, Beachy Beats, Orange Oasis.
What's your favorite
Watermelon
one?
Waves. It's the yellow one. You want to try a sip of it? Live taste test? Or do we not have enough time?
Sure. Put me on the
It's
spot.
this one, which I always forget the name. Yellow Sunrise. I'll pass it your way.
Do I need to shake it?
If you want to. I don't know if it'll fizz or not. So, probably.
You guys know where these come from,
Also, I have some really lame breaking news. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged.
right? You just ruined the show. Here, I'll let you crack it open.
Okay.
I'm stuck on the back of this chair with my stupid clip.
Yeah, some Yellow Sunrise.
That's right.
Oh, and the Masters Cup?
Yeah, it's 2023.
Yeah, this is my favorite one.
The 2023 Masters or this flavor?
Oh, this flavor.
2023? I don't even remember who
I think whatever your Tiger won. Beth, you want some?
Ooh, that is good.
It's good, right?
Yeah,
Do you want the rest of the... Sorry, I would have poured less. Or you can have this back here. I have it all the time.
Everett's like, I'd like to try the juice.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get them
You want some too?
We'll
Yeah.
get them a different flavor. But again, we appreciate y'all very much. Shout out to
Juices and Sunsets.
Juices and Sunsets. Very, very delicious. It's good for you. If you got some health issues, drinking juice every day goes a long way.
And they deliver to you.
Delivery service doesn't get any better than that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back live on Thursday. Obviously, the podcast will be posted on all the major podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Audible, all those places. And, of course, it'll live on our Facebook page and YouTube page starting tomorrow. Again, we appreciate you tuning in. See you guys Thursday with Jay Henley.